it. Hello. Sorry guys, let me just get this going. I have had a bit of an intense day. Literally haven't really stopped going for since I woke up. So I just couldn't be bothered doing the whole makeup wig thing. I hope you don't mind. I just want to check as well the sound because I'm using the microphone on the webcam this time. So I just want to check how it sounds. Because last time when I used a microphone, sounds good. It was crackling a lot. Cool. So get rid of that. So yeah, this is me without makeup. Hi. Who cares, right? But it is the full moon right now. It's the full moon in Scorpio right now. Okay, I've got my notes. I'm gonna share the energies that I feel are relevant for this full moon. Okay. And if you're here, I just might do like a little bit of Gurkiatana, Ishkia, Gushkia. This is light language Reiki. Gashkiatana, Kikia, Kiata. Ushkiatana, Kikia, Kai. Gurkishkiatana, Kikia, Kia. Ushkiatana, Papir, Kiatai. Ushkiatana, Kikia, Kai, Kia. Gorkiatana kikia, ishkiatana kakiaka, borkiatai, borshkiaskia. Okay. So I hope that just cleared a little bit of energy for you, my love. Maybe lightened you up a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's get into these notes, okay, for the full moon. Okay, which way is better? Maybe this way. Okay. So there's a bit to get into, so let's do it. So this full moon, right, that's happening right now may pack quite a punch. There are things that are going to be revealed to us, and I'm feeling them as being kind of deep aspects of ourselves that are finally being able to be accessed. Scorpio is allowing us to get into the deeper part of us, that more than usual. Okay. So there's a lot of dark goddess energy in the mix with this full moon. So expect a powerful feminine awakening. So in our feminine energy, expect a powerful awakening. And it may even like pour over into the masculine of us, but it's very much focused on that feminine energy, and more feminine instincts will be coming online. Okay. So it feels like more ease in believing in the unknown, more trust, more faith, more deep knowing that's actually taking over our current state of being. So this is Kundalini awakening to the freaking max at the time of this full moon. I just heard quantum leap, okay, which I haven't actually said in any other of my recordings on my other platforms. So I feel like if you're watching this, if you're here, then maybe quantum leaping at the time of this full moon is relevant. Okay. So yeah, this feels like an unleashing into unexpected ease, unexpected blessings. Okay. It's actually really exciting, this full moon. Okay. So a full moon is a culmination. It's a peak point. It's basically the most amount of illumination that we can receive in the darkest of night. So your night would be the most unseen, the most shadow part of you being lit up to the max, right? So this is huge light being shone on the Scorpio aspects of us, which is the 8th house, properties, which is all about the taboo within you, your power struggles, emotional intensity, it's your ability to focus, it's things that are repressed within us, it's our sexuality, our finances, oppression, and what's been shamed in you, okay? There is an enormous amount of power that resides in the part of you that the world deems weird, right? Unnatural. All parts of ourself that we feel ashamed about require us to pour our energy into keeping that energy locked down. This can also bring up father and mother wounds, okay? But the amount of energy that we have to pour into locking that energy down is huge, okay? This energy is pure life force energy, and it's natural, it's very pure, but it got judged very, very early on in your life's journey. So it curled in on itself in some kind of way, and we've had to put like an energetic lid on it, so to say. So this full moon wants to take the freaking lid off, okay? So expect the lid to come off many parts actually of your true self that have been repressed for a really long time. So parts of you are ready to be seen, embraced, integrated into becoming the whole next version of you. So we are the new humans of this new earth, okay? We're being rewired as we speak. So we're opening up to more of our repressed feminine nature, and it's completely unknown territory, okay? So expect a part of you that's been hidden from you to come in online, okay? This full moon makes it much easier to access. It will feel easy, it will feel aligned, it will actually feel good, or at least aspects of it will feel good, okay? The best thing to do at this full moon is to get into movement, okay? Get into the body, feel the flow, move the energy through your body through dance, any kind of movement, okay? This energy wants to move, it doesn't want to be stagnant, it doesn't want to be still. There could be a matter in your life that you're having to face, okay? And it could be feeling like a huge fear or an intense emotion. And this could be a theme that you've been dealing with for a while. And right now, it's in the process of coming to its head, okay? The Mars-Pluto opposition that we just moved through started bringing up fears for us, okay? Started from the start of November. And we just had its final opposition that did cause an intense triggering around a matter in your life that made you feel very powerless, maybe even felt caged in, confused, right? So the intensity was very back and forth since November, and it's felt very challenging for you personally, and it did require an ego breakdown, which is what we've been going through. So Scorpio takes us on a rebirth. So there's a death happening in your consciousness. So something needs to end and be complete. And this could show up in your life as a turning point. Something is recalibrating in the emotional body of you, and there's a new understanding. It might even feel like new freedom around your sense of empowerment and what has to change in your life. So there's a death happening to obsessions, to addictions, to attachments. And this is because it's no longer in alignment with your life, right? With who you want to be and who you are now, because you've already changed so much. This full moon supports the new big dreams that you have in your life, and they're all coming together beyond the veil, right? Super exciting. Let's get into the Uranus conjuncting the sun and the moon. Uranus takes us outside the current norms of what we're used to experiencing in our life, okay? This is into territory that could feel miraculous, right? Exciting. So get wildly excited about what's going to show up for you now, okay? Because it's going to be very unique, and very unique to us all individually, because we're all going to be in difficult kind of life situations at this time. Hi, if you're tuning in, love you. If you're needing clarity right now with a situation in your life, it will come in perfect divine timing. Uranus is the energetic force that comes from spirit. It comes from the highest realms. It comes from consciousness that brings in a lightning bolt of energy that leads us to awakening. That's sort of how Uranus works. Uranus is shooting lightning bolts of power into a Kundalini awakening. Expect miraculous healing and awakening. So the asteroid Hygiea is the Kundalini awakener, and it conjuncts Uranus. So Uranus is like the masculine awakener, and Hygiea is like the feminine awakener, right? So they're teaming up to perform some intense magic right now. This wisdom energy has the potential to heal the deepest of wounds that you maybe thought you might have to carry for the rest of your life, right? Healing it like that. That's how powerful this astrological energy is right now. It's pretty amazing. So Saturn and the North Node are in Pisces, which is working positively with Uranus, the Moon, and the Sun. It's signaling that endings are happening and chapters are closing. I just saw the World card, yeah. The North Node welcomes in the release and the change. So you might feel like, yes, this is the last time that I'm doing this. I'm moving on. I'm ready for this next version of my life. I've learned, I've grown, I'm moving forward with great peace in my heart. That's sort of the energy that we'll be moving into. Okay. Saturn is all about timing, and with it, it's bringing an energy of steady, intuitive guidance for you to lean into each day. There is a readiness to choose to move on without really knowing the how or the what it even looks like. But there's just a readiness to accept what comes. Okay. Saturn will move into Aries May 24th, which will be the time that we move on. It will be moving into new territory, and this may bring up a lot to process. Emotions around endings may be coming up, and it could be intense as well, but it's coming up to the surface to be released and processed. So the Pisces energy is not concerned with the details or the practicality of these moves and these changes. So there's like a ruling part of you that just knows it will all just come together perfectly. Something will line up here, and it's bound to be a miracle. We are going through a process of embodying our own unique miracle codes here. So this will connect us to the ability to create the life that we truly want, even if you're in a situation that can seem very limiting. Whatever shows up for you could be very unexpected. You'll know what to say yes to. Okay, you will energetically feel the alignment to it. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the sun in Taurus, because it absolutely is playing a big part here. This can bring in tension. Taurus is fixed and steady, and it does not like quick changes. It does not like rapid movement. It does not like awakenings out of the left field. And Uranus is pretty much that embodiment, okay? And Uranus is playing a big part in this full moon. So that's what could be causing the tension between the two different moving aspects. So you'll be breaking through old habitual ways of being at this full moon. So take time to pause if you need to, if it all gets a bit too intense. This moon wants to transform you for the better. So being in an open state to change will help you align with the energy that is present here. Okay. The moon conjuncts the sun in Taurus 5 days after the full moon, which will bring surprises, shocking developments where unexpected, fast-moving dynamics unfold, right? I'm super excited about it. These revelations could shift an entire area of your life. Taurus is what's above ground. It's the physical, grounded nature, okay? So this conjunction will shake up your comfort zones to align with a bigger picture view. You will come to feel that it's time to move forward and to create shifts in the real world. It's like the roots of a tree being drastically uprooted all at once. But this energy is designed to be destabilizing so that new frequencies and new codes can be planted in its place. There will be clear feelings of, okay, I want this. I'm going for this. I believe in this. This is what matters to me. So it'll feel like clarity coming through a period of confusion. So you'll feel deeply ready for the changes to come. Okay, I like hearing that because I've been facing a lot of confusion for quite some time already. I'm ready for the clarity. Okay. Okay, so let's dive into Mercury, which squares Pluto and opposes Hecate, the asteroid, and Black Moon Lilith. Hecate brings out our witchy gifts, and Black Moon Lilith is our whole dark feminine nature in its entirety. Sorry, I can hear my cat like doing something weird. Oh, it's the full moon. She's reacting to the full moon. Okay. So yeah, Black Moon Lilith and Hecate are sitting next to each other, and what is she doing? And opposing Mercury. So Mercury is the translator. Mercury sometimes gets a bit of an insignificant rap here, but truly it's the mystic mind. He translates energy in our mind so that we can understand new revelations. So Mercury being lined up with these aspects is now fully able to translate clearly the revelations that the dark feminine has to offer us. Okay, so this could show up as new gifts awakening within us, a new level of consciousness that's awakening, or a major paradigm shift in our psyche. Okay, so basically, Mercury also opens your antenna and capacity to hear guidance, to hear higher truth, right? And will be helping us translate mystical wisdom from the unseen realms. So Mercury, yeah, will be translating information from the underworld, which is like Pluto, okay? So watch your dreams, watch your conversations, watch the thoughts you're having, watch the visions that come to you, because it's all going to be giving you information here, communication. Mercury in Taurus is squaring Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So this could actually lock up the mind. This could be triggering mental thought patterns, which may lead to doubting yourself incredibly strongly, doubting what steps to take, doubting, questioning some kind of plan you have in place, okay? So there's a lot of mental energy that's being triggered by this full moon. So focus as best you can on quieting the mind, speak back to the mind, and lean into your intuition, which may feel a little bit like delirium, okay? It's okay if your mind is struggling right now. It's kind of meant to, right? It's meant to, at this step in the process, it could translate to thoughts and feelings like, could this thing that I really want really happen? Or is this just some kind of silly dream that I have? And am I pouring all this energy into it with no outcome? Like, can this really happen for me, right? So what we're going through is the process of evolution in allowing our mind to bring us information without dialing down our intuition. Okay, so it's actually allowing both to coexist, which will feel like a powerful liberation. Okay, it's a new step in our evolution. Okay, so there's definitely a powerful psychological force that's helping you move ahead here that you can't quite put your finger on. You don't fully understand it, but it's there and you feel it. And I can really relate to that, because there is like this new presence that is kind of feels like it has everything under control, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it because it feels like nothing is under control right now, right? All right. Lastly, let's dive into the North Node in Pisces, which squares Jupiter in Gemini, and then I'll dive into some tarot for us. So this square will continue through the middle of May. Jupiter is bringing up choices for us to make. Jupiter wants you to choose the higher choice, the more expanded choice. It could even be like the road less traveled. Okay, so it may feel really unfamiliar to you, and it may feel like a brand new adventure. Jupiter in the mind can bring a lot for the mind to think about because Jupiter is that planet of expansion and it's in the mind, right? So it'll be thinking up a lot of details. Anxiety might be coming up. There will be a lot to figure out, okay? You'll potentially be overthinking it, and it might keep you up at night. I've definitely noticed my mind's been very active. I am a Gemini rising as well. So yeah, I'm really feeling that. You might be thinking, how do I choose? What do I choose? How do I know what to do here, right? And I'm really just receiving that, like, it's because the intuition is playing such a big part in this progression forward, in this navigation forward. So the mind doesn't need to be having so much activity. So it's like part of the process of what we're weeding out here, right? So to your intuition, with the choices that you need to make, it'll feel like lightness, okay? It'll feel like your energy opens up to the choice that you should pick. This new direction that comes online will feel like it elevates you, okay? You'll still have questions around the practicality perhaps of this choice, but you will feel the right direction, and it will feel like a dream is coming in your life in the way that you've wanted, right? It'll feel like a dream coming online. So Jupiter encourages you to go into the unknown and to trust that there's an adventure lining up for you that has the best and the highest good for your soul. This is about trust, okay? So you will feel mentally heavy, worn down, and fatigued with the choices that you shouldn't take, okay, with the lesser choice. And this embodiment of feeling is how you will know where to go. It will carry the weight of obligation. Like the choices not to pick, you feel like obligated, like you have to pick it or you should be picking it, right? It's not the one to pick. So this is truly a lesson in feeling alignment and navigating and directing our life based on that feeling, okay? So it can help alleviate the stress I feel with with facing the unknown, right? Because that can sometimes cause stress. Okay, so with that, let's get into some tarot. Some tarot for this full moon. Spirit, what are we needing to know? What are we needing to know at the time of this full moon? Yeah, look at that. Okay. Oh, okay, so this landed like this, right? And then behind it, King of Pentacles. And what this is telling me, right, Seven of Cups is the card of confusion. It's the card of having a lot of options or having a lot of things in front of us that we could pick. And we're kind of like weeding out what are the ones that are, what are the choices that I could make that are illusions? What are the choices that I could make that are for me? And it's about taking a pause and tuning into our intuition to make that choice. So with that confusion card coming over the King of Pentacles, I really do feel like what is going to be coming through this period of confusion is the clarity of being a master manifester, right? Having clear knowing and actually having the clarity of, yes, I've manifested this. Because the King of Pentacles has completely mastered manifestation in the physical, okay? He's mastered his pace. He's mastered the way to make money in a way that is aligned with his spirit, right? Stability, being grounded, being connected in with nature. These are all things that the King of Pentacles masters, okay? And we also got the Ten of Swords here, right? So this is talking about the ending. This is the big paradigm shift. This is the death, okay? The death in the consciousness. Hello. Hey, Angel. Thanks for being here. So yeah, this is the death in the mind, right? Because this is the sword suit, which talks about the mental space, right? So I feel like this old, basically what we receive at a 10 of swords, because we always receive something at a 10. It's the receival of the removal of an old oppressive paradigm in our mind. And a paradigm is just like a set of beliefs, a structure, right? That is holding us back. Okay. So there's a death phase here, and there's a new day as well that opens up here. a new day into something that feels much more liberated, much more exciting. Look, we've got the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck. And the Hanged Man is all about going through a dark night of the soul, which I really feel is something that's happening at the moment, right? We're all kind of in a dark night of the soul as we learn to trust and lean into divine timing, because there's not much that you can do when we're in a Hanged Man. We are in a Hanged Man because we are going through a perspective shift. So there's a lot here about a perspective shift that's going to happen at this at the time of this full moon, and it's to gain enlightenment. It's to open up to a totally new way of being, seeing. And with a Hanged Man, it's like we don't know which direction to go. And when this is in reverse, we actually gain the enlightenment and we know where to hop off to, right? So that's what's coming. But right now, at the time of the full moon, I feel like, oh, wow. I feel like, yeah, we're still kind of unsure. Yeah, look. Okay. This landed, this Nine of Swords landed with this energy here. So it's like the confusion and the lack of clear knowing is causing stress. It's causing worry. We've got the 9 and the 10 of Swords. So this is like the process is leading up to an ego death. We are going through an ego death, but it also fell out reverse. So I do feel like we're moving out of this stress. Okay, we are releasing the stress, releasing the anxiety that is keeping us up at night, right? But it is still present. That energy is still present. We also got the 4 of Pentacles falling out over the King of Pentacles, which is like you're manifesting a stable foundation, a stable energetic foundation. And what we actually commit to out of 4 of Pentacles is a commitment to our energetic needs, because we realize in order to build into the physical from the spiritual, we have to take care of how much sleep we have. We have to take care of eating the right foods, drinking enough water. So at the 4 of Pentacles, there is a commitment to taking care of that, because in order for that, we can manifest anything into the physical. We allow ourselves to be a stable bridge for the non-physical, for the divine realm to literally create through us, which opens up the flow of abundance. Okay, so I do feel like you may be manifesting as well at this time new routines in taking care of yourself. Okay, like working out more, or just getting out into the sun, or getting outdoors more, you know, just anything that you maybe feel like you need or have been lacking in your in taking care of yourself. So there is a really sturdy, strong foundation that you're manifesting in at the time of this full moon. And it might be really hard to see. Yeah, the Hermit. It might be really hard to see at this time, okay? Because you're doing a lot of introspective work. You're doing a lot of healing work. There's a lot of 9 here. 999 might be a number that you're seeing. But this energy here is like you're going within. You're spending a lot of time on your own at the time of this full moon. And it's to gain clarity. This is also talking about finding inner gifts, right? And having that open up to us, right? And part of the gift that we're receiving is the death of an old oppressive version of us. Oh my gosh, Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck again. What? This is very, very isolated energy. Very isolated energy. And you're actually stepping into becoming a light, a beacon for others. Okay, we've got 2 4s here as well. Wow. And celebration energy and rooting into the intuition. Super important right now, right? With the 2 of Swords, the mind has to come online and open up to, this is exactly what's happening right now. The mind is like opening up to the intuition and saying, okay, I will let you lead me. I will trust you. I will let you lead me. That's what I'm just channeling right there. But yeah, it really feels like, look, this is the period to be tuning into our emotions, okay? Taking time out in nature to get clear on what our emotions are talking about, what they're saying, okay? And there's some kind of celebration here. There's a celebration energy here. And I also got the Chariot. So at the time of this full moon, things are moving rapidly. This is that rapid, quick breakthrough energy, okay? Rapid acceleration forward. And it feels like the more that you sit and tune in, right, things go quicker. Things move faster because you're tuning into an inner energy, right? But yeah, there's definitely something coming in that is somewhat unseen right now that you will be celebrating. Okay, I love that energy. I'm going to take it. Okay, let's get some oracle cards, I think. Yeah. Okay, some oracle energy, spirit. At the time of this full moon. Wander with the firefly. It's giving this energy here. Look. I feel like this is talking about wandering into unexpected new ways of being. Okay. For example, I went to the gym today. I have not been to the gym like in Melbourne. When I was in Thailand, I went to the gym with my friend who really sort of like popped my gym cherry. I have been to the gym in the past, but like this is like a new level of that. And I just went by myself. I didn't feel anxious. It was like I just wanted to explore this new realm. Okay. So that's what I'm really channeling here. I feel like that's something like there's ease around channeling and wandering into new realms here. Okay. Power lines with powerful energy at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's powerful energy here and there's surrender. I want to take this one as well because it's like we're surrendering to our intuition. The mind is in a process of surrendering to the intuition. Okay, there's powerful, powerful energy surging at this time. Okay, powerful energy, and it's helping us to explore new realms. Isn't that beautiful? This is actually a really gorgeous full moon, and I feel like some people have been a bit scared about it because it is Scorpio, which is like just deep, 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 deep stuff, right? Any more of these want to come out, Spirit? Oh my gosh. Wait, what's on the bottom of the deck there? Obstacles. Okay. Look at this. Through the obstacles, through the manifestation, I was going to say metamorphosis, right? We are going through a huge metamorphosis here where we're breaking out of the chrysalis and we're breaking out into peace. So this transformation that's happening at the time of this full moon, you may not even see this. It may be very difficult to see how it can transform into peace or something that's truly aligned for you, because maybe the circumstances that you're faced with right now are really just communicating lack. Like the only options that you can see are downsizing. The only options that your mind can really tune into are things that don't feel that good, right? But it's because what we're going to be learning through this time is that we are always co-creating with the universe. Always. There's always a really big presence of magic that is available and flowing to us, right? Beautiful. So I feel like, yeah, we're transforming into greater peace here. Oh, I just love to see it. I love to see it. Let's get some of this energy. What else? Oh, thank you, Spirit. What else wants to come through? Money is coming to you. Money is coming. Yeah, I actually found a coin today as well. I was like, okay. Extreme exhaustion here as well. And like I've been really feeling that too. Extreme exhaustion blah, 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 lately, right? Because of like the kind of the dips, the backs, the forths, the back and forths of this intense energy, right? It's kind of leaving us in a space of just being like numb, right? Like just do what you need to. And I feel like it's all relevant. It's almost getting you so tired that you kind of have to release the reins a bit, because you're just like, oh, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Just do what you want, universe, right? Beautiful. What else wants to come through, Spirit? Unique creature. Unique. I feel like there's more of our unique versions coming online here. Like there's less fear around showing them. Like, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have gotten on here to do a live without makeup. I don't think I would have ever considered doing that. And yet here I am because I think I'm beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we should all honor our own uniqueness just the way we are, right? So that's sort of like feeding into this liberated energy in areas that we maybe haven't been liberated in the past, right? We are being liberated at the time of this new moon. Money is coming to you. Love to see it. Love to see it. What else, Spirit? Entering a world of dreams. Entering a world of dreams. Yo! Literally, that's I'm just hearing Uranus, right? That's the Uranus energy. Entering a world of dreams. Like this is where it feels like it gets super magical. Yeah, look, refusing to stay. There's something in your life that is refusing, that cannot stay anymore. Okay, whether it's an environment that you're in, whether it's people that you're around, whether it's habits that you're attached to, it cannot stay. Okay, got Juno, which is an asteroid. Okay, and it's like, this is talking about enhancing a sense of commitment and loyalty and devotion. It also talks about relationships. So, okay, let me leave that one there. Okay. So it feels like there's going to be more new people that you're connecting in with, right? So this is giving sort of soul tribe coming in, perhaps after the full moon. Okay. After tonight, pretty much. Let's see what else wants to come through, Spirit. Okay, we've got Aries, which is like, yeah, I feel like this period that we're moving into is going to be quite action oriented, like more movement. If you've been feeling in this hermit mode, it's almost like there will be lots of action, but it's aligned action. So it feels good, right? Let's put that one there. Oh, magical bliss. Okay, with it coming out with Aries, it's like there's like fast moving, because Aries is very fast moving and it's very powerful, it's very bold. So it feels like this magical bliss. Like I'm always drawn to the Big Bang with the Aries, because it's the first sign that was present at the Big Bang. So it really encompasses all the astrology, all the zodiac properties, okay, widely. Yeah, look, Big Bang. So it's like this magical bliss is just going to like pop. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's wanting to lay with the celebration. So there's something magical you're going to be celebrating with this full. Mind blown. Mind blown. And this does say rushing. Okay, so that rushing is sort of like, it is talking about, you know, that quick moving energy that Aries has. And I've kind of relate to that, because today I was just go. Like I haven't felt like that. And I do feel like it's because I went for a run and went to the gym. So it really like pumped up my energy. And I've just been going all day. There has been a little bit of rushing. But it's felt good, you know. It's not like the bad rushing, I would say. Spirit, I am loving this. What else do you have for us? What else do you have for us? Oh, is that the Chiron? Yeah. So Chiron actually came out earlier for another reading I did. So this is like unhealed wounds, okay? Which is absolutely what's being released at the 10 of Swords, right? It's the Chiron wounded healer, okay? Talks about parental abuse and neglect, which can be a little bit triggering. I do apologize if that's triggering anyone. Look, abandonment wounds. This is what we could be releasing, if not already released. Okay, we're cutting the cord. Look at that. We're cutting the cord. Mercury showing up here. We're cutting the cord to the wounds, cutting the cord to the heavy wounds of the past. So I feel like if you are someone that carries real heavy, dense energy from past dynamics, okay, the miraculous thing will be that it dissolves, like fully. Okay, we've also got trust in divine timing, which is absolutely this whole lesson. And I do feel that I really feel like we're all being put, if you're resonating with this message, we've all been put in sort of situations in life where we can't just like rush forward, or like we don't fully know how to move forward, and it's putting us into a position where we just sort of like we're forced to surrender, right? And in that comes the trusting in divine timing, because it's just what feels easiest, right? I love that. Let me get a little bit of these as well. This is such positive energy. It really does feel like the huge rebirth moment, right? Spiritual warfare. Yeah. I feel like, okay, because it's fallen out over the Hermit. It's like, I feel like you're in isolation to kind of work through this spiritual warfare. I feel like you're being sent a lot of spiritual warfare from people that you have cut out, okay? Because sometimes they really don't understand what they're freaking doing. They don't understand they're sending energy. Yeah, look, they're stressed. Manifesting in silence, yo. This isolation period that you're in right now at the time of this full moon is so that you can actually manifest in your dreams, okay? Because anyone else, family members. Sorry, I'm trying to pick up these cards. Sorry. This would have just been hanging around. Yeah, so spiritual warfare is being sent to you from family members. Okay. This also said hatred comes from people who hate their own existence. Heavy, heavy. This is what you're releasing, though. Cleansing and clearing your aura. Yo. So look, if you've had to go super solo recently and you've been maybe a little bit like anxious about that, or like, oh my God, this might be pretty heavy actually, but it says orphan. Sorry, there's like a lot of, this is where the dense energy is coming out, right? But this is what's releasing. All of this is going to be released, healed. Might even be a bit hard to like fully comprehend, right? Because look, we've got insecure and uncomfy coming out. Insecure, uncomfy. That's how we're feeling, right? Because you're probably really alone in the situation that you're in right now. Releasing stored emotion from the body, and that came out with this card here. So yeah, there's like these energies of feeling orphaned, feeling the abandonment wounds, feeling the neglect, okay, feeling the hate from the family coming across as spiritual warfare. It's been stored in your body, okay, and it's now being released from the body at the time of this full moon, okay. And that's why dedicating yourself to what your energy asks for and really following the fluctuations. You know, if you're someone that doesn't want to work out 5 days a week, it's about following what your body asks. what your body needs, because it's always changing, right? Like sometimes you might suddenly start needing a nap in the afternoon, and it's because your soul is doing some really deep work, okay? And you need to give it the rest so that it can do that spiritual work. This is going to be big. Taking it. Okay. Let me just see if I want to grab any other cards here. For some reason, these jumped out at me. Divine Abundance Oracle cards, okay? So I'll get a few of these. 45 minutes we've been here. So Spirit, what cards want to come out here? It's maybe like advice. Oh. Energetic clearing, right? During crises, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. Whoa! Okay, so this pretty much explains it in a nutshell, right? But what can be happening when all this fear and all this difficult energy comes up? It's for a reason. It's because there is a huge divine plan in store for us, right? And it will be unique and individual to all of us. So in the release and in the space and like whatever's leaving your life right now, it's so that it can align you to the universal plan. And believe me, there is a plan. There is a plan. If you're like really unsure about where you're going, right? There's a plan. You don't have to know. You just have to trust. Okay. Oh, so good. Literally, trust. It says, allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. That's really feeding into surrendering as well, like putting everything into God's hands. I've started doing that in my life, right? I started just putting stuff into God's hands. And a part of me is like, oh my gosh, like, am I just literally just like, am I actually doing anything here? You know, like, am I putting it into God's hands and then is it just going to all collapse because I'm being an absolute idiot right now? Am I living like stupidly right now? But I feel like we're coming to the point where we're finally going to see the positive side of putting it into God's hands, right? Because I think we've all been in a phase of breaking down the old structures that we've been so familiar with and connected to for such a long time. They've had to take time to break down. So it's like we've had all this faith, we've been pouring in all this energy, we've been following spirit closely. And it's like, when is this going to pay off? And I feel like the payoff is coming now, right? Divine flow. What was that one, boss? Divine flow. We'll get one more of these. Grounded. Extraordinary as well on the bottom of the deck. This one says, there's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. That's what's coming out. Impetuous uniqueness. I don't even know what impetuous means. Does anyone know what that means? Impetuous. It's a cool word. Grounded. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. Oh, but yeah, I really feel like maybe part of the surprise is actually deepening into more grounded energy at the time of this full moon. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Room is coming up. Oh. Money. I just heard money portal. Money portal. Because this says room. Okay. Sometimes the room for me does point to like a portal opening up, a new dimension, a new space. Okay. Room. But money, and the magical bliss fell off while I was talking about this. Room. So it's like, this is really giving like a portal into new magical bliss. Money's 100% coming in for you, my love. Yeah. Right. Okay. The despair. Okay. The heavy emotions. I don't really want to show this card because it's a little bit. Anyway, he's holding a gun and up to his. Yeah. So I feel like the despair, the heavy emotions from the abandonment wounds, from the spiritual warfare, from the tension in the body, it's been stealing away, because we got the thief card as well. It's been stealing away your ability to enter into this very abundant dimension. Okay. It's been low vibrational weight, dead weight. Okay. That has been weighing you down. And this is what's being released. So I just saw like a beach ball floating to the surface, right? Hope as well. You've had to have a lot of hope. You've had to have a lot of hope in this journey that you've been on, right? With, is this all going to go in my favor? Am I literally just sinking my life with the choices I'm making? And it feels like you're really at the end of your hope. So I feel like that sometimes, that limit that we get to is sometimes exactly when spirit pops in, because it's almost like pushing us to our limits to extend the limit, right? If it came in much earlier, we wouldn't have explored that end of that extent of perhaps our potential to hope. Hope this is coming through well. So like I remember I was watching the Vikings, and there was a part of the series where they were on this boat heading to this brand new shore, right? They'd never been to this land before. They were just following one guide's word, and so many people on the boat died in the process of this boat getting to this new land. And like they were still just seeing nothing but sea, you know, and people were dying off, and there was maybe like 5 of them left or something, maybe more. But just as this main guy's hope was fading, the clouds parted and there was the land, right? So that's what they're showing me. So it might be relevant for someone. Oh, Lord. And it fell out manifest in silence. Okay. It actually fell out with this energy as well, which, you know, it's kind of similar. It feels like this isolation that you've been in is actually, it's, you know what? I just felt that the abundance is going to be coming into the physical with that, because it's like, you know, look how well dressed he is. He's got a horse, he's got a sword, you know, he's looking dapper. He's got obviously free time, you know, resources. So yeah, it really feels like, oh, and the lover, this energy, it feels like you're going to be thrusted into this sort of energy of like this freedom of loving life, right? There's more love for life because there's more energy available for life, because we're releasing this heavy energy that's been stealing away our presence, stealing away our unique energy, stealing away our ability to just radiate authentically. Isn't that just so beautiful? Oh, I'm loving this energy. I sort of don't want to go. Let me just get a couple of these and see if it adds any more layers, but then I'll probably finish it up. Any other information that wants to come through for a spirit? Thank you. Being led through. Yeah, look, this is with the hope. This fell over the hope card. With the hope that you've had to explore and find within yourself, you are actually being led through something. And I just saw the labyrinth card from another deck. You're being led through a labyrinth right now. You're being led through internal conflicts. You're remaining nurturing through the conflict. Well, that's beautiful. That's actually not easy to do. That's true love, true divinity right there. But yeah, there's a lot of internal conflict here. Yeah, look. Through the surrendering, there is lack of clarity. Yeah. Action out of anxiety. So this is what we could be surrendering, is the overaction, right? Out of touch with our wisdom. That's what we're also releasing. That's what we're surrendering. Being out of touch with our wisdom, doing too much action just because we're fearing it, avoiding contemplation, right? Because because there is so much like wounds stored in the body. I think that's all I feel. Yeah, that's all I feel. So let's leave it there. 55 minutes. That's pretty good. All right, guys. So I really hope this video finds you well. I hope it brings you some clarity for this full moon in Scorpio, which, yes, is intense, but it feels like we're being birthed. I just saw the phoenix rising from ashes. That moment is finally coming online. I feel like we've been burning and dying and breaking down for quite some time. As well, if there's construction anywhere around you, if you see construction, hear construction, it is a sign of a lot being built for you beyond the surface. Okay, and I really feel like there is a lot going on beyond the surface that we just have to trust in. And if we don't trust in it, we might make choices without considering that there are things germinating beyond the surface, right? I just saw the High Priestess, which is where that space of rooting in, right? Old rooted places that we've been, we're being plucked up and we're going to be rerouted into a place that will nourish us and our tree will grow fully, right? That's just the vision that they were giving me just then. So I'm sending you so much love. Let me know how this relates to you if you feel like it in the comments. But yeah, I'm sending you so much love. Good luck for this full moon in Scorpio. I'm going to be going through it right there, right next to you. So let's see what ends up happening. Get prepared for the amazing, magical blessio. Sending you love. Mwah, mwah, from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. I actually got like 3 or 4 viewers this time. Ayo! Thank you guys. Sending you love.